Neil, he's got all the GFA shirts he nicks behind him.
This just happened to be my studio. I didn't know what to do today, so I thought, well, everybody's probably sick and tired of seeing my wicker, so I'll just put.
Need to get you a referee one, Neil.
Yeah, well, you know, you live in hope. So, guys, I see most of you all the time. I think Tim now, he only does the big games. I don't really see him doing anything else. I don't see you running the line. It's just the big games, you know. They leave you for the. I see Tim doing. Seth. I see Seth doing a few bits and pieces. And Colin, are you? I see you a lot in the youth football. Is that because you like to, or because there's a certain criteria that you've got to work up to? I don't know.
Yeah, I did senior games last year when it was a second division, and then this year, because there's no second division, I've basically been doing the top age groups, youth level, which is a bit difficult. I think I miss doing the senior games because that's where you want to be, really.
Yeah, they're the nice games, aren't they? They're the ones you really give you the buzz, maybe.
But I can be honest, the under-16s, because they're so close and a lot of the players would walk into intermediate level, you don't have assistants. So the games can be so frenetic. Yeah. And I know we spoke about before about the lack of assistance. Now, in England, you have, in other countries, you have club linesmen where a member of a team or a bystander, you know, a man and his dog stands there with a flag. And I used to just say, just do ball in out of play. And they'd say, well, what about offsides? And I'd say, well, if you can do offsides, then have a bash. But don't feel aggrieved if I overrule you.
Yeah.
And most of the time, as soon as the ball goes within the same postcode as the line, they put the flag up. And the ball hasn't even gone over the line, so it's difficult. Now in Jib, you don't have the assistants. And most people know that referees run a diagonal. But when you don't have an assistant covering that area, you sort of develop bad habits. One, you don't look in that direction because there isn't anyone stood there. So your communication and basically your mannerisms struggle, so your techniques struggle. So I think it would be good, especially for the players, if we could get a few more referees involved. So the under-16 league could have assistants. But
to be honest, I don't see it so much of a problem because I always used to think that you play to the ref. And if you know that the ref turns around to you at the beginning and said, look, you know, I'm on my own here. I'm not going to be giving every offside. Then you don't play. You don't play on the arm, on the shoulder of the defender because the referee's going to call you offside because he can't see it. So sometimes I think it's a case of the teams not understanding what the referee is capable of.
You've got a great point, and if you want to do the course, I can get Mr. Bacarisa
to. No, mate, I've got enough courses. You know me.
To get you in.
You know, we were doing mouth to mouth about 3 months ago, so I've had enough of you, mate.
What about
I hope somebody else comes on the courses.
Look at the size; he can't run, Colin.
Neither do I. Just waddle round. But joking aside, that's the first thing I say. Whatever level you referee at, whatever age, play to the whistle. And that's a lot of the kids in Jib. That's the first thing and the one thing they always remember. And they'll be stood there. And I said, I don't care if the ball goes 3 feet over that line. You play to the whistle at all times, just for safety. But by the end of the next game, you know that they've got it.
Out of curiosity, we're going to be having the VAR anytime soon in Jib?
I heard that, like UEFA maybe, don't quote me on this, that they were trying to implement it in everywhere, really, in every UEFA country in the next few years. But obviously, us now, with a new stadium being built, it will be something that I imagine that they will be thinking of implementing. And then obviously, it'll be a new thing for us. But obviously, the number of referees that we have at the minute could always be healthier, really, and that's our aim, to try and get more referees in there. But we'll have to double up on staff if the VAR comes into effect. But it's still a fair few years on yet.
Where do you think, or how do you think we can fill in that vacuum? I mean, obviously, people like Seth should be an inspiration to youngsters. How do you think we can use that to inspire younger ones and sign them on?
Seth, obviously, what we're planning on doing, you won't mind me saying this, is like he's going to be our poster boy now, because from the age of 13 or whatever, I remember him coming into our dressing room before a final. It's very rare that you get kids that are so like interested in refereeing. So that is the ultimate goal. We want to start from the right at the bottom, because then they have time to develop. And now Seth is technically he's as good as anyone, and he's only, what is it, 2021 now. So basically that's the ideal perfect scenario. We would want now, with the numbers we've got, what we're really aiming for and what we're trying to encourage, and players that have played the game and know it. I was unfortunate. I played at a reserve level, but I retired from playing football after basically I snapped my cruciate when I was 22. I was already a qualified referee, and then I just focused on refereeing. And because of the love of the game, not because of money or anything like that, I wanted to be involved. I wanted to make it to the top. And luckily, nationally, and you know, and represented internationally as well, I've you know, done everything that I wanted to do. But we really need like ex-players, like that type of ones that retired, but they can carry on doing like running and keeping fit, and not, obviously the demand in playing is a lot different than refereeing. So that really, Kenneth, we really, and it's that an age that if you're good enough, you will be maybe fast tracked through. So so that's the ideal age that we're looking forward to start now. But I mean, looking at Seth, you know, we go into schools, we try, but coming from such a small population that we are, and obviously refereeing being a very hard job and a daunting job, you know, it's hard recruitment. It is hard, but
can I add something to what Tim's saying there? One observation coming from England, I had 3 RDOs, referee development officers, and every single one fell in the same trap. Now, Seth is a freak because he's young and he's a good referee and he wants to be a ref. Most young kids want to play the game, especially now with social media. All my RDOs were obsessed with youth. And I used to say to them, I said, well, I was a reluctant referee. I did the course because I was campaigning for more referees, and the first thing everyone said to me was, "Are you a referee?" I said, "No." It's like if I was campaigning for more policemen, they'd say, "Are you a policeman?" I'd say, "No." They'd say, "Well, when you sign up, I'll do it." So I reluctantly signed up to do it. I did my first game 2 weeks later. The rest's history. The RDOs that I've had, I used to say to them, "Why don't you go for the lads that are in their 20s? They may have discovered booze and girls and fell away from playing, or they've come back from an injury like Tim, or they're playing, but they're realising that they're not going to be playing left back for Liverpool in a Champions League final." You know, the pennies dropping, and like for me, when I got to 27, the injuries were mounting up, and refereeing really saved me twice. So I think more RDOs the world over need to look at the
at that age.
In the 20s. I
mean, another thing is that at that age, you're fully mentally developed, physically developed, more mature. The thing is with Seth's age, you have to be careful how you nurture the referees. All it takes is one bad game for a kid that age to, like, say, you know, I don't need this. We all have bad games during our career where we want to put down our bags and stop refereeing, but the love of it after a day, you know, you get over it. But yeah, so it's the ideal age to nurture someone through not rushing. But yeah, ex-players and players that are fully mature and know the game. That's what really we're looking for. But not
getting back to VAR. If it's Stockley Park in the UK, we'd have to have somewhere like Bomb-Proof House, wouldn't we?
We'll set it up in Herbert's house. Set it up in Herbert's.
No, but seriously, that's the sort of thing you could move into, because you two coming to the end of your careers. That, I mean, they'll need people like you guys if that was ever to take off, wouldn't they? I
mean, that's an important part of our like a program going forward, is a retention of referees. We don't want, with few and far between, so we don't want people with vast experience just stepping away and turning their back, because we do, you know, Adrian and Dennis, who help us. You know, they're not getting any younger, and they won't be around for much longer. So someone needs to step up. So that's another thing that we have to look for. So
it's a very hard job. I take my hat off to you.
It's very daunting. I mean, I had the perfect record. I nearly retired without a red card, but the lady, what was the name?
Leslie Jackson?
Leslie, yeah. I remember she gave me a yellow card and
don't go there.
Tackle. No, and I just said to her, you should go back to the kitchen. She gave me a second yellow card and I got sent off. But what was great was
he forgets to tell you he was that slow, he would never get a booking anyway.
No, I apologized after the game, and she went and said, I apologize too. You shouldn't have got the second one. I should have just given you a warning. But before, I mean, it's extremely daunting. For me, it is very daunting. So I take my hat off, and especially in those days. Nowadays, you've got a cherry to give them. They've got the traveling, they've got the finance. What Colin said right now, I think he's hit the nail on the head. It's targeting, in a way, the ones who are slipping off the net because of they're not going to be making good enough money, because obviously everybody wants to be, not everybody wants to be a Gary Neville, but everybody wants to play. And it takes a very, very mature individual to say, I'm not good enough, so I'm going to be a reporter, or I'm going to be an analyst, or I'm going to be a referee. And if you take away the daunting part and you educate them, I think it's
definitely
not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but it's you have now. Remember when we were young?
We've only got about 30 seconds, mate. Just to let you know.
Okay.
Wow. Time goes fast.
No, we can open. If you're all willing, we can just open up another one. It's no problem. It's been a great chat so far, to be honest.
Yeah,
it has.
But give us an ending. Just end this one, Ken. In less than 200 words. Come on.
Stop stealing shirts like you've got.
No, these were given to me.
You look like a Scouser.
I didn't think you could see my empty pockets from here.
Ken, he was going to put them on, but they don't fit him.
No, actually, I was going to.
It's a small, that one.
I was going to put a baggy shirt of Mateus Pereira, but it doesn't fit, and I'm not going to use it.